Hello everyone, welcome to this session. In this session, we will continue our chapter number 2, microorganisms, friend and foe. In this chapter, in last session, we have learnt about uses of microorganisms. In uses of microorganisms, we have learnt about how curd can be prepared from milk, preparation of bread and cake, commercial production of alcohol, wine, and acetic acid, and increasing soil fertility. And in last session, we have learned about uses of microorganism, very important use, preparation of medicines and vaccines, and cleaning up the environment. And coming back to medicinal use of microorganisms, microorganisms are used as medicines like antibiotics. What are antibiotics? Antibiotics are medicines that kill or stops the growth of disease-causing microorganisms. And these antibiotics are prepared from the microorganism itself. That is, source of these medicines, these antibiotics are from the microorganism itself. And some important examples of common used antibiotics are tetracycline, streptomycin, and erythromycin. And we have also learned that it is very important to remember that antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of qualified doctor, and we have to complete the course prescribed by the doctor. And then we have learnt about if we don't follow the instruction given by the doctor, that is, if we take antibiotics when not needed or in wrong doses, it may make the drug less effective actually when we need it in future. And also, antibiotics taken unnecessarily, it may kill the beneficial bacteria that are present in the body. And antibiotics, however, they are not effective against cold and flu, as these are caused by viruses. So antibiotics are mainly used for the diseases caused by bacteria and fungi. And antibiotics are not effective against viral diseases. And then we have learnt about what are vaccines. That is, antibiotics are medicines that are given as a after we fall into disease. And vaccines, on the other hand, they are given in order to protect or prevent us from falling into diseases. That is how it works. When a disease carrying microorganisms, when it enters our body, our body, it produces antibodies to fight against those microorganisms. And our body also remembers how to fight the microbe that enters, if it enters again. And when we are in healthy condition, if dead or weakened microbes are introduced in our body fights, or antibodies fights and kills the invading bacteria by producing suitable antibodies. And the antibodies will remain in our body, and thus we are protected from the disease causing microbes forever. This is how vaccine works. And vaccination is given for several diseases like cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, hepatitis, etc. And now children, in this session, we are going to learn about harmful effects of microorganisms. Harmful effects, that is harmful microbes. Till now we have learned about beneficial microbes or microorganisms. And now we will be learning about harmful effects of microorganisms, that is harmful microbes. And how do they harm us? They produce some harmful microorganisms. They produce toxins. Toxins in the sense poison that to spoil our food, leading to food poisoning, and also it spoil our leather, clothing, etc. And also it causes diseases in humans and plants. These are all harmful effects of microorganisms. And in this session, we will be learning about harmful microbes causes diseases in humans, animals, and plants. And in next upcoming session, we will be learning about remaining harmful effects, that is spoilage of food, clothing, leather, etc. So in this session, we will be learning about disease causing microorganisms in humans, animals, and plants. And these the microorganisms that causes diseases are called as pathogen. So disease causing microorganisms are called as pathogens. So children, first we will start from the disease causing microorganisms in humans. So pathogens. So what are pathogens? Disease causing microorganisms are called as pathogens. So when these pathogens enter our body, how do they enter our body? They enter our body through air we breathe, water we drink, and the food we eat, etc. So when it enters through these sources, they can enter these sources and by water, air, or food. And they can also get transmitted by direct contact with one infected person or carried by an animal. So this way it can spread also, that is transmitted by direct contact with an infected person or by carried by some animals or insects, etc. Microbial diseases, that is diseases which are caused by microbes, are called microbial diseases that can be spread from infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food, or physical contact. So these diseases are called communicable diseases, communicable, which spread from one person to other person, usually from infected person to healthy person. So what are communicable diseases? Diseases, especially microbial diseases, that can spread from infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food, or physical contact are called communicable diseases. And examples of such communicable diseases are cholera, common cold, chickenpox, and tuberculosis. So these are all communicable diseases. And how do they spread? When a person suffering from common cold, when they sneeze, or when he or she sneezes, fine droplets of moisture carrying thousands of viruses are spread in the air. So this common cold is caused by virus. So when he or she sneezes, a fine droplets of moisture, it carries thousands of viruses that spread in the air. So these viruses, they may enter the body of healthy person while breathing and cause infection. And then how do we prevent the spread of communicable diseases? So how do we prevent the spread of communicable diseases? We should keep a handkerchief on the nose and mouth while sneezing. And it is better to keep distance from infected persons. So now also during this pandemic, what we do, we are advised to cover our mouth, nose, etc. by a handkerchief or cloth when we go out, and we have to keep social distancing, isn't it, in order to prevent us from this COVID-19 virus. The same way here for common flu also, common cold also. And how do we prevent this? Also communicable, but this not that much dangerous. And this communicable diseases normal, how do we prevent? How do we follow? We should keep a handkerchief on a nose and mouth while sneezing, coughing, as well as we have to keep distance from infected persons. And other than this, that is spread by air. Now next, how communicable diseases spread by some insects and animals. Actually, those insects and animals act as a carriers of diseases causing microbes. They don't cause disease, but what do? They carry the disease causing microbes from one infected person to other healthy person. So they are called as carriers. So this way also they transmit diseases. So this insects and animals, they are called as carriers of disease causing microbes. And is housefly is one such carrier. So housefly, the flies, you can see that they sit on the garbage and animal excreta, and when they sit, what happens? The pathogen. What are pathogens? Those disease causing microbes. They stick to their bodies, and when these flies sit on uncovered food, and they transfer these pathogens through that food. And that is why where always we have to keep our this food covered, isn't it? Whoever eats that contaminated food, that uncovered food, get contaminated by housefly. Now when this contaminated food is eaten by some human, whoever eats, and they fall into sick. So it is always advisable to keep the food covered. So it is advisable to always keep food covered. And also we have to avoid consuming uncovered item of food. And so this way housefly, they spread the disease. They are not cause of disease. They just transmit the disease. And another example of such carrier is female Anopheles mosquito. And these mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito, they carries the parasite of malaria. So malaria is caused by the parasite Plasmodium. And when these parasites are carried by the female Anopheles mosquito, and when they bite the healthy person, and this malarial causing microbes enter into the healthy person, and they also get malaria. So here female Anopheles mosquito is the carrier of malaria. And the same way female Aedes mosquito act as a carrier of dengue virus. So children, you should know what are the name some carriers of which transmit diseases: housefly, female Anopheles mosquito, which causes malaria, which spread malaria, and female Aedes mosquito that transmit dengue virus. And now we also always tell that we should not allow water to get collected anywhere in our neighborhood. And why is it so? Because all mosquitoes, we know that they breed in water, where hence we should not allow water to collect anywhere, like in coolers, tires, even flower pot. We pour more water and water gets stagnated there. So that should not be done. Why? Because collected water, what happens? Mosquitoes breed in that water. So by keeping our surroundings clean and dry, we can prevent mosquitoes from breeding. And other than this, we will make a list of measures of how we can avoid the spread of malaria. Children, can you think how, other than this, should not allow water to get collected in one place? Other than this, can you tell any other measure to prevent the spread of malaria? Yes, we will see now. And here, usually the malaria, other than this, avoid getting water to get stagnated in one place. Other than this, you can use mosquito net or mosquito repellent. We can spray insecticides, control breeding of mosquitoes, so that malarial spread can be avoided. And children, here you can see the chart of some common human diseases caused by microorganisms. Here some human diseases are given, causative microorganism and how it is being spread, that is mode of transmission. as well as preventive measures are also given. So diseases like tuberculosis is caused by bacteria, and it is mode of transmission. It transmits through air. Measles, chickenpox, and polio. And these three diseases are caused by viruses. And how do they spread? Mode of transmission spread. How do they spread? Through air or contact or water. Measles are spread by air. Chickenpox either by air or by contact and physical contact with that infected person. Polio by air and water. And what preventive measure we should take for these diseases, tuberculosis, measles, chickenpox, and polio. We have to keep the patient in separate isolation, and we have to keep that personal belongings of those patients from those of others. Means we should not use that infected person's belongings, and we have to take vaccination at suitable age. And then coming to next disease, cholera, typhoid. And cholera and typhoid both are caused by microorganism bacteria, and they are spread by food, water, contaminated food and water. And how will we prevent that spread of cholera and typhoid? We have to maintain personal hygiene and good sanitary habits. That is, after we visit washroom, we have to wash our hands with soap, and and we should not grow our nails. So this way we have to maintain personal hygiene and good sanitary habits, as well as we have to consume properly cooked food and boiled drinking water. And also vaccination is also there, so in order to protect us from these diseases like cholera and typhoid. And next is hepatitis A. It is caused by virus, and it is spread by mode of transmission is by water. So what related with what preventive measure we have to take? We have to always drink boiled drinking water, as well as we have to take vaccination, so that we can protect us from falling to that disease, hepatitis A. And malaria, already we have seen, it is caused by protozoa, that is malarial parasite, protozoa, and it is spread by mosquito. Which mosquito? Female Anopheles mosquito. And what are the preventive measures? We should not allow water to stagnate in place. We have to keep our surroundings clean and dry. And we have to, other than this, we have to use mosquito net, mosquito repellent, and we can spray insecticides so that breeding of mosquitoes can be controlled. And now, so diseases of humans caused by microorganisms in humans we have learned. Now we will be learning about disease causing microorganisms in animals. So these disease causing microorganisms, what we call them as pathogens. So pathogens, they not only cause diseases in humans, but it also causes diseases in plants as well as in animals. So children, now we'll be learning what are the diseases caused by microorganisms in animals. And the very, very important one, this is animal disease called anthrax. This anthrax is a dangerous a disease. Even it is caused by microorganisms in human as well as cattle. And this disease is caused by microorganism bacteria or singular bacterium as well as. So what first disease caused by microorganism in animal is bacteria, anthrax disease caused by bacteria in cattle. And next disease, foot and mouth disease, again it is caused in cattle by viruses. So only these two diseases, very, very familiar one, it is given for you. So you have to keep in mind two diseases, animal diseases, anthrax caused by bacteria in cattle, and foot and mouth disease caused by virus in cattle. And the scientist Robert Koch in 1876, he discovered the bacterium Bacillus anthracis. Bacillus, what it indicates, it denotes the shape of the bacteria, rod-shaped bacteria called as Bacillus anthracis, which cause anthrax disease. So by the name of the bacteria itself, the disease name is also given. Bacillus anthracis cause the disease anthrax, which was discovered by the scientist Robert Koch in 1876. And so we have learned disease caused in humans, then animals. Now we will be learning disease causing microorganisms in plants. So several microorganisms cause diseases in plants like wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple, and many other plants. So if plants are getting affected by these pathogens, what will happen? It leads to reduction of yield of crops. Got it? So plant diseases can be controlled by using proper chemicals which can kill the microorganisms. So children, now we are going to learn about some plant diseases caused which microorganism cause that and mode of transmission. You can see in that chart. First plant disease, citrus canker, caused by bacteria, and mode of transmission is air. It spread through air. Next is rust of wheat, citrus canker, citrus plant like orange, lemon, etc. Citrus plant affected by bacteria. The disease is called as citrus canker. And how it spread? By air. And wheat plant, which is affected by fungi or fungus. The name of the disease is rust. Rust, it is brown in color, rust. And how it transmit? It transmit by air as well as by its own seeds. And next, yellow vein mosaic of bindi, that is lady's finger, okra, and caused by virus. And how it spreads? Spread by insect. Mode of transmission is insect. And here you can see that how the picture of, see that citrus canker, you can see that lemon which get affected by citrus canker, and then wheat plant, rust, isn't it? And rust, and as well as we can see that, what is that, yellow vein of mosaic plant. Sorry, yellow vein of lady's finger. So these are all plant disease. So plants also being affected by microorganisms. So again children, citrus canker, that is citrus fruit, which is caused by bacteria and mode of transmission is air. Wheat, the plant disease is rust and caused by fungus. Mode of transmission is air and seeds. And yellow vein of mosaic of bindi caused by virus, and mode of transmission is insect. So all these you can see that rust, it is like a color of rust one, isn't it? So this way microorganism cause diseases in plants, which leads to reduction in crop yield. And how it can be controlled? By using chemicals that which kill the microbes. So children, till now we have learnt about harmful microorganisms that causes diseases in humans, animals and plants. So those microorganisms that causes diseases are called as pathogens, or usually you tell that as germs, isn't it? So disease causing microorganisms are called as pathogens. So diseases, it can be easily spread from infected to a healthy person through air, water or food, or by physical contact. So these diseases are called as communicable diseases. Examples, we have learned common cold, chickenpox, tuberculosis, etc. And microorganisms, it causes diseases in animals as well as in plants too. For example, in animals, anthrax is a disease caused by bacterium. It affects human as well as cattle. And virus causes dangerous foot and mouth diseases in cattle. So in animals, two diseases we have learned, anthrax and foot and mouth disease. Anthrax disease is caused by bacterium and foot and mouth disease is caused by cattle. And in plants, we have learned 3: citrus canker, bacterial disease, affects citrus fruits, spread by air. Rust of wheat, it is a viral disease that affects even that affect wheat as well as it affect vegetables like bindi, that is lady's finger, which is spread by insects. And malaria in human, you can see that malaria is caused by pathogen called plasmodium, that is protozoan protozoa. We have learned one type of microorganisms, protozoa called plasmodium, which is transmitted by female Anopheles mosquito. And then we have learned about Aedes, female Aedes mosquito. It transmits dengue, which is caused by virus. Isn't it, children? And then how we can prevent the spread of communicable diseases. We can prevent, we have to follow simple methods to prevent the spread of communicable diseases. Like we have to keep the infected person separate from others, that is isolation. And we have to keep a handkerchief on nose and mouth while coughing, sneezing, etc. We have to keep our surrounding clean, and we have never allow garbage to get collected in our neighborhood, and we have to take timely vaccination at proper time against diseases. And spread of diseases by mosquito can be prevented by mosquito breeding. We have, if you prevent breeding mosquito, we can prevent spread of diseases caused by spread of diseases by mosquitoes. Like we should not allow water to collect anywhere in our neighborhood. We have to use mosquito repellent, mosquito net, and we have to keep our surrounding clean. So in this way, we can spread we can prevent the spread of communicable diseases. What do you mean by communicable diseases? Disease which spread from a healthy person to a from affected person to a healthy person through air, water, food, insects, etc. are called as communicable diseases. That's all for this session. Thank you.